much. Now let's get the latest on the US travel ban and how it's affecting people from the UK and from around the world. With me, Christi Jackson, an immigration lawyer from Laura Devine Solicitors, which provides specialist advice on all aspects of immigration to the UK and the US. Thank you for coming in. Well, the government says that if you're a UK citizen and you've got dual nationality, you will be fine to go to the United States. The Foreign Office has said that again, but it said that if you're unsure whether you're affected by the measures, you should contact the nearest US embassy or consulate for advice. We've heard from the US embassy this morning saying don't schedule a visa appointment or pay any visa fees at this time, and if you've got an appointment, don't attend. So what is the situation?
We're seeing that across the board. I think part of the problem is the confusion and the chaos that's happening, because this order was signed on Friday, right before the weekend, and then left for Customs and Border Protection to figure it out, and they didn't have any guidance. So I think we're going to see a little bit more clarity as the days go by this week. That's what we're waiting on. I do think the Foreign Office guidance that you should be fine, but check. I don't think you're going to be fine. I think you need to check, and I think that even in checking, it may depend on what airport you fly into. So we know some airports are more favorable at the moment. They're letting people in, and others aren't. Boston, for instance, Boston Logan is pretty favorable to the immigrants at the moment from the 7 countries, but just
be clear on that. Are you saying that effectively officials at Boston
Correct.
Airport would seem to be ignoring the executive order?
Or honouring the 4 judgments that were made over the weekend by federal court judges. So there was a federal court judge in Massachusetts and several judgments across the country effectively saying you can't hold permanent residents, you can't detain them, you can't deport them. So I think there's just so much confusion right now as to who is actually being affected. Does it affect dual nationals? Because the order wasn't written very clearly. It just points to people from these countries. And we don't know if from means born in, holds a passport in, or maybe once held a passport in and no longer does.
So if somebody here has dual nationality and they have got a trip planned, what should they do?
I think proceed with caution. Hopefully, they have the flexibility to change their trip should they need to. Certainly,
maybe put it off for 3 months, though.
Possibly, or longer, until we have more clarity. We may have some more insight as to exactly who it will apply to with regards to dual nationals in the coming days. We may also see, though, that new countries are added. So I think this is going to be an ever-changing topic over the next coming, months. But our advice, at least my advice to clients, is they need to be cautious and perhaps reconsider travel, or at least be prepared to understand what their rights are, what they should expect when they arrive at the airport, have counsel on the ground at the airport there to receive them, and really be prepared and seek legal advice before going so that they know what they need to do.
In this situation?
No, but I think that they can be prepared for what the possibilities are. So what are there's only a few possibilities. They're either going to be admitted, they may be questioned and admitted, they may be questioned and detained and not admitted, or possibly deported, depending on the circumstances. But of course, every case is different, so we couldn't, opine on what every single person's situation will be. But in a very standard dual national British, maybe they hold an Iranian passport and they want to travel on holiday, I would certainly say that they need to be wary. But keep in mind, if the embassy isn't honoring any appointments and the people do need appointments for visas, they're not going to be able to get them and travel anyway. So this is really going to only affect people who maybe are able to travel visa free. Which won't include those Iranians and other nationalities, because they've already been stopped from the visa waiver program.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, let's just